Have you ever had that moment? You're sitting in a quiet house, the phone isn't ringing, the calendar is empty, and a thought, cold and sharp, cuts through the silence. Is this it? You've spent 60, 70, maybe even 80 years building a life. You raised a family, you built a career, you were the go-to person, the rock. But now, the kids have their own lives. Friends have moved away or passed on. And the person you shared your bed with for decades might be gone too. You look around and you realize with a jolt of panic that the very foundation you thought was unshakable, family, feels distant, even unreliable. They love you, of course they do, but they're busy. They have their own battles, their own children to raise, their own careers to manage. You don't want to be a burden, so you stay quiet. You put on a brave face, but inside, a question echoes. Who is really there for me now? If this feeling resonates with you even a little, then you need to hear this today. Because what if I told you that the strongest, most reliable support system you could ever hope for in your golden years isn't something you're born into, but something you build? A support system so powerful, so resilient, that it makes reliance on family alone look like building a house on sand. This isn't just a feel-good theory. This is rooted in decades of research on aging, psychology, and human connection. The single biggest predictor of a long, happy, and healthy life after 60 isn't your genetics, and it isn't your wealth. It's the quality of your social connections. But here's the part most people get wrong. They think social connections just means family and old friends, and that's a dangerous and potentially lonely mistake. Relying solely on family creates a fragile support system. It puts an immense, often unspoken, pressure on them, and it leaves you vulnerable. What if they live across the country? What if they're going through their own crisis? What if, heaven forbid, you outlive them? The result is a creeping sense of isolation, a loss of purpose, and a decline in both mental and physical health. You feel invisible. You feel like a spectator in your own life. But it doesn't have to be this way. Today, we are going to dismantle that old, outdated model. We're going to build a new one piece by piece. We will explore the 7 essential pillars of support after 60. These are the pillars that will hold you up when everything else feels shaky. They will give you a renewed sense of purpose, a vibrant social life, and a deep, unshakable feeling of security. And yes, as we'll discover, one of these pillars is a connection so profound, so eternal, that it transcends all human understanding. If you're ready to stop feeling like a burden and start feeling like the architect of your own incredible future, then stay with me. This is the most important blueprint you'll ever get for your golden years. And if you find this valuable, please consider hitting that subscribe button and tapping the notification bell. It helps more people just like you find this message and build their own pillars of strength. Pillar 1. The pillar of purpose, your why for waking up. Let's start with the foundation. Before you can build anything, you need a solid base. For our support system, that base is purpose. So many people, when they retire or when their children leave home, experience a crisis of identity. For so long, their purpose was external. I am a mother. I am a father. I am a manager. I am a business owner. When those roles end, who are you? Without a why, the days can bleed into one another. You wake up, you have your coffee, you watch the news, you maybe do a crossword, and before you know it, it's time for bed. This isn't living. It's just existing. And this existence is the breeding ground for depression, anxiety, and physical decline. Your brain, like a muscle, needs to be engaged. It needs a challenge. It needs a reason to fire up those neurons and keep you sharp. So how do you build this pillar? You find a new why. And here's the beautiful secret. This why can be anything you want it to be. It's not about what you should do. It's about what sets your soul on fire. Let me give you some examples. The mentor. You spent 40 years mastering a craft, whether it was accounting, carpentry, teaching, or nursing. That knowledge doesn't retire with you. There is a whole generation of young people hungry for that wisdom. You could volunteer at a community college, offer to mentor a young professional in your former field, or even start a small, informal workshop at your local library. Imagine the satisfaction of seeing someone succeed because of the guidance you gave them. That's purpose. The creator. Maybe you always wanted to paint, but never had the time, or write that novel, or learn to play the guitar. Your 60s and beyond are the perfect time to become a creator. You're not trying to make a living from it. You're doing it for the pure joy of creation. Join a local art class, a writer's group, or an online community for musicians. The goal isn't to become a world-famous artist. The goal is the process itself, the learning, the creating, the sharing. The changemaker. Is there a cause you're passionate about? Animal welfare? Environmental conservation? Helping the homeless? Your time and life experience are invaluable assets to any nonprofit organization. You could volunteer at an animal shelter, help organize a local park cleanup, or use your organizational skills to help a charity run more efficiently. You're not just giving time, you're actively making your corner of the world a better place. This pillar of purpose does something magical. It shifts your focus from what you've lost to what you can give. It gets you out of the house and into the world. It introduces you to new people who share your passions. And it gives you a reason to get up in the morning with a sense of anticipation, not dread. It is the engine that will power all the other pillars we're going to build. Pillar 2. The pillar of chosen family, your tribe of kindred spirits. Alright, so you have your purpose. Now, who do you share it with? This brings us to the second pillar, and it's a game changer. Your chosen family. Family is a matter of birth. You don't get to pick your siblings, your parents, or your children. You love them, you cherish them, but the bond is based on obligation and history as much as it is on genuine friendship. Your chosen family, on the other hand, is based on one thing and one thing only: choice. These are the people you actively seek out because they get you. They share your interests, your values, your sense of humor. They are your tribe. This is arguably the most critical pillar for combating isolation. Your biological family loves you, but they might not understand your newfound passion for watercolor painting or your obsession with bird watching. Your chosen family does. They're the ones who will go to the art gallery with you, who will wake up at dawn to spot that rare migratory bird, who will listen, really listen, when you talk about your latest project. So, where do you find these people? You have to be intentional. They won't just knock on your door. Leverage your purpose. The activities you chose for Pillar 1 are your hunting ground. That art class, that's where you'll find other aspiring artists. That volunteer position at the animal shelter, that's where you'll meet other compassionate animal lovers. Your purpose is a magnet for your kindred spirits. Embrace technology seriously. I know technology can be intimidating, but it is the single greatest tool for connection ever invented, especially for finding niche communities. Love to play bridge? There's an online club for that. Want to discuss classic literature? There are dozens of book clubs on platforms like Zoom or Discord. Are you a veteran? There are online communities specifically for veterans over 60. You can find groups for everything from gardening to investing to traveling solo. Don't be afraid to ask a younger family member to help you get set up. It's a small investment of time for a massive return in connection. Look locally. Don't forget the power of your local community. Check the bulletin boards at the library, the community center, or the local coffee shop. Look for groups like hiking clubs, walking groups, senior dance classes, or book clubs. Many towns have senior centers that offer a huge range of activities, and they are not just for old people. They are vibrant hubs of activity for active, engaged adults just like you. Building this pillar requires you to be a little brave. It means walking into a room where you don't know anyone. It means saying hello first. It means being vulnerable. But the reward is immeasurable. You are building a network of peers, a support system of friends who are in the same stage of life, who understand the challenges and the joys. These are the people who will check in on you, who will celebrate your wins, and who will be there for you in a way that even the most loving, busy family member sometimes can't. This is your tribe. Protect them, nurture them, and cherish them. Pillar 3, the pillar of physical vitality, the temple that houses your spirit. You have a reason to get up in the morning, purpose, and you have people to share your days with, chosen family. But none of that matters if you don't have the physical energy and health to enjoy it. This brings us to our third pillar, physical vitality. Your body is not just a vehicle that carries you around. It's the temple that houses your spirit, your mind, and your entire life experience. After 60, how you treat this temple becomes more important than ever. It's no longer about aesthetics or fitting into a certain size. It's about functionality, independence, and quality of life. The psychological trap here is the belief that decline is inevitable. I'm just getting old, people say, as they give up on movement and accept aches and pains as a life sentence. This is a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you stop moving, your body gets stiff. When you get stiff, you stop moving. It's a vicious cycle that leads to frailty, falls, and a loss of independence. But you can break that cycle. Building this pillar isn't about becoming a bodybuilder or running a marathon, unless you want to. It's about consistent, gentle, and intelligent movement. Move every day. The goal is not intensity, but consistency. A 30-minute walk every day is one of the most powerful things you can do for your body and mind. It improves cardiovascular health, strengthens bones, boosts mood, and is a great opportunity to listen to a podcast or chat with a friend. Other excellent low-impact options include swimming, water aerobics, cycling, or yoga. Find something you enjoy. If you hate the treadmill, don't use it. If you love dancing, put on some music and dance in your living room. The best exercise is the one you'll actually do. Fuel your body wisely. Think of food as medicine. You are literally building your body's cells with what you eat. Focus on a whole foods diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. These foods fight inflammation, which is the root cause of many age-related diseases. Cut down on processed foods, excessive sugar, and unhealthy fats. And crucially, stay hydrated. Water is essential for every single function in your body. Dehydration can cause fatigue, confusion, and a host of other problems that are often mistaken for just getting old. Prioritize sleep. Sleep is when your body repairs itself. It's when your brain consolidates memories and clears out toxins. A lack of quality sleep is devastating for both physical and mental health. Aim for 7 to 8 hours per night. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Read a book. Listen to calm music. Make sure your room is cool and dark. This pillar is about respect. It's about respecting your body enough to give it what it needs to thrive. When you feel strong, energetic, and healthy, you are more confident, more engaged, and more capable of building all the other pillars. You are investing in your ability to live independently and joyfully for decades to come. Pillar 4, the pillar of financial and practical security, the bedrock of peace. Let's talk about the unsexy but absolutely essential pillar, financial and practical security. Money stress is one of the biggest killers of joy and peace of mind, especially in retirement. The fear of outliving your savings, of a medical emergency wiping you out, of becoming a financial burden on your family. This fear can cast a long, dark shadow over your life. Building this pillar isn't about becoming fabulously wealthy. It's about achieving a state of control and peace. It's about knowing where you stand, having a plan, and putting systems in place so you don't have to worry about the what-ifs. This can feel overwhelming, but it's about taking it one step at a time. Get brutally honest with your finances. You cannot build a secure future on a foundation of guesswork. You need to know exactly what's coming in and what's going out. Create a simple budget. List all your income sources, pensions, social security, investment income, etc. Then list all your expenses. Housing, utilities, food, insurance, transportation, and entertainment. Be honest. This isn't about judgment. It's about information. Knowledge is power. Seek professional guidance. You don't have to be a financial expert. That's what financial advisors are for. Find a fee-only financial planner who specializes in retirement planning. They can help you assess your situation, create a sustainable withdrawal strategy from your savings, and plan for potential long-term care needs. This is an investment in your peace of mind that pays dividends every single day. Organize your practical affairs. This is the part everyone avoids, but it is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself and your family. This includes creating or updating your will, establishing a power of attorney for both healthcare and finances, and creating an advanced healthcare. Directive, a living will. Having these documents in place ensures that your wishes will be honored if you are ever unable to communicate them. It removes an immense burden from your children, who would otherwise have to make agonizing decisions for you. It is the ultimate act of love and responsibility. Downsize and simplify. Is your current home still serving you? Is it too big, too expensive to maintain, full of stairs? For many, downsizing to a smaller home, a condo, or even a retirement community can be a liberating experience. It frees up equity, reduces monthly expenses, and eliminates the physical burden of maintenance. It's a practical decision that can dramatically improve your quality of life and financial security. When this pillar is strong, you feel a sense of profound relief. You can enjoy your life, your hobbies, and your relationships without the constant, nagging worry about money. It provides the stable ground upon which you can build a life of joy, free from fear. Pillar 5, the pillar of spiritual connection, the unshakable anchor. We've built pillars of purpose, community, health, and security. These are all crucial, but there is one pillar that transcends them all. It's the pillar that holds you up when all the others feel like they're shaking. This is the pillar of spiritual connection. Now, when I say spiritual, I am not talking about any specific religion. This is not about going to church, synagogue, mosque, or temple, though for many, that is a beautiful and valid path. This is about something deeper, more personal, and more universal. It's about your connection to something larger than yourself. After 60, you have a unique perspective. You've seen decades of life, with its immense joys and its profound sorrows. You've experienced love and loss, success and failure. You begin to ask the bigger questions. What is the meaning of all this? What is my place in the universe? What happens when this life is over? Ignoring these questions can lead to a sense of emptiness, a feeling that it's all for nothing. But embracing them and building a connection to the source of it all, what many call God, the universe, source, spirit, or simply a higher power, provides an unshakable anchor in the storm of life. This connection is the ultimate support system because it is always available. It never gets tired. It never moves away. It never has its own problems to deal with. It is a constant, infinite source of love, guidance, and peace. How do you build this pillar? It's a deeply personal journey, but here are a few universal paths. The path of stillness. In our noisy world, we rarely experience true silence. But it is in the silence that we can hear the still, small voice. This is the practice of meditation or contemplative prayer. You don't have to be a monk. It can be as simple as sitting in a comfortable chair for 10 minutes a day, closing your eyes, and focusing on your breath. It's about quieting the chatter of your mind to make space for the wisdom of the universe. In this stillness, you can find answers to your deepest questions and a sense of profound peace. The path of nature. Have you ever stood at the edge of the ocean, watching the waves roll in, and felt a sense of awe? Or looked up at a sky full of stars on a clear night and felt incredibly small, yet incredibly connected? That is a spiritual experience. Nature is one of the most direct and powerful ways to connect with the divine. Make it a practice to spend time in nature. Walk in the woods, tend a garden, sit by a river. Observe the intricate perfection of a flower or the majestic power of a mountain. In nature, you see the handiwork of the Creator, and you remember that you are a part of that magnificent creation. The path of gratitude. Gratitude is the bridge that connects you to the abundance of the universe. When you live in a state of complaint and lack, you feel disconnected and small. When you live in a state of gratitude, you feel connected and abundant. Start a simple gratitude practice. Every day, write down 3 to 5 things you are genuinely thankful for. It could be the warmth of the sun on your face, a phone call from a friend, the taste of a good meal. This practice shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present. It opens your heart to the constant flow of blessings that is always available to you, and in doing so, it connects you directly to the source of those blessings. This pillar is your anchor. When you face health challenges, when you grieve the loss of a loved one, when you feel lonely or afraid, this spiritual connection reminds you that you are never truly alone. You are a beloved child of the universe, eternally supported, eternally guided, and eternally loved. This knowledge provides a comfort and a strength that no human relationship can ever match. It is the bedrock of a truly unshakable life. Pillar 6. The pillar of lifelong learning, the fountain of youth for your mind. If a spiritual connection is the anchor, then lifelong learning is the wind in your sails. It's what keeps you moving forward, keeps you curious, and keeps your mind young. This is our 6th pillar, lifelong learning. There's a dangerous myth in our culture that once you reach a certain age, you're done learning. Your brain is full, and you should just coast. Nothing could be further from the truth. Science has shown that your brain has a quality called neuroplasticity, which means it can continue to form new neural pathways and reorganize itself throughout your entire life. In simple terms, you can teach an old dog new tricks. And you should. A stagnant mind leads to a stagnant life. When you stop learning, you stop growing. You become rigid in your thinking. You fall behind in a rapidly changing world, which can lead to feelings of irrelevance and isolation. But when you embrace learning, you become a pioneer again. You reignite the same curiosity you had as a child. You give your brain a workout, which is one of the best ways to prevent cognitive decline and diseases like dementia. So what can you learn? The possibilities are endless. Embrace the digital world. I mentioned this before, but let's go deeper. Don't just learn to use a smartphone. Learn to thrive with it. Take a class on digital photography. Learn how to edit videos of your grandchildren. Learn how to use a spreadsheet to manage your hobby. Learn about cybersecurity to protect yourself. Mastering technology isn't just about convenience. It's about staying connected, relevant, and empowered in the 21st century. Learn a new skill just for fun. Always wanted to speak Italian? Take an online course or use an app like Duolingo. Fascinated by history? Watch documentaries from the great courses or audit a history class at a local university. Want to learn to code? There are free resources for that. The skill itself doesn't matter. What matters is the process of challenging yourself, of being a beginner again, of experiencing the thrill of mastering something new. Dive deep into a passion. Is there a subject you could talk about for hours? Astronomy? The Roman Empire? Jazz music? Now is the time to become a true expert. Read every book you can find. Listen to podcasts. Watch lectures. Join online forums with other enthusiasts. Becoming an expert gives you a sense of mastery and identity that is completely separate from your former career or family role. It makes you a fascinating person to talk to and connects you with a global community of like-minded experts. This pillar is the fountain of youth. It keeps your mind sharp, your conversations interesting, and your perspective fresh. It reminds you that life is not a destination to be reached, but a journey of endless discovery. It ensures that you will never, ever be bored. Pillar 7. The pillar of contribution and legacy, your footprint on the world. We have arrived at our final pillar, and it is perhaps the most powerful of all. It's the capstone that holds the entire structure together and gives it profound meaning. This is the pillar of contribution and legacy. This pillar is about shifting your focus from "what can I get?" to "what can I give?" It's about understanding that your life experience, your wisdom, and your time are among the most valuable resources on the planet. You have a unique gift to offer the world, and sharing that gift is what creates a lasting legacy. A legacy isn't just about money or property you leave behind. A true legacy is the impact you have on other people's lives. It's the wisdom you pass on, the kindness you show, the example you set. It's the answer to the question, how did the world become a better place because I was here? This pillar is the ultimate antidote to the feeling of irrelevance. When you contribute, you are, by definition, relevant. You are needed. You are making a difference. How do you build this pillar? You find a way to give back that is authentic to you. Mentorship. We touched on this in the first pillar, but let's elevate it here. Formalize it. Seek out mentorship opportunities through organizations like SCORE, which mentors small business owners, or through local schools and universities. Find a young person in your chosen family or community who is hungry for guidance and take them under your wing. Share not just your professional knowledge, but your life lessons. Teach them about integrity, resilience, and love. This is a direct transfer of wisdom that can change the course of a young person's life. Storytelling. Your life is a unique and invaluable story. Every joy, every struggle, every success, every failure holds a lesson. Don't let that story die with you. Write it down. Record it. Start a blog. Sit down with your children or grandchildren and tell them stories about your life, your parents, your grandparents. Use a service that helps you create a memoir or an oral history. In doing so, you are giving your family a priceless gift and connecting them to their roots. You are ensuring that the lessons of the past are not lost. Community service. Go beyond volunteering and become a leader in a cause you care about. Join the board of a nonprofit. Organize a major fundraising event. Start a community garden in a food desert. Use the organizational and leadership skills you honed in your career to solve a problem in your community. This is a powerful way to make a tangible, lasting impact on the world around you. This pillar gives your life a sense of ultimate purpose. Connects your personal story to the larger story of humanity. It reminds you that your value does not diminish with age. In fact, it deepens. You become a wise elder, a keeper of the flame, a source of light for future generations. This is how you build a life that is not just long, but meaningful. This is how you create a legacy that will endure long after you are gone. Music swells to a powerful, inspiring, and emotional crescendo, then fades to a soft, hopeful melody for the conclusion, building your unshakable future. So there they are, the 7 essential pillars of support after 60. Purpose, your why for waking up. Chosen family, your tribe of kindred spirits. Physical vitality, the temple that houses your spirit. Financial and practical security, the bedrock of peace. Spiritual connection, the unshakable anchor. Lifelong learning, the fountain of youth for your mind. Contribution and legacy, your footprint on the world. Look at this structure we've designed. Is it fragile? Is it dependent on any single person? No, it is strong, resilient, and multifaceted. If one pillar gets a little shaky, say you have a temporary health setback or a friend moves away, the other 6 are there to hold you up. This is a support system that you have built, that you control, and that no one can ever take away from you. This is the secret to a life after 60 that is not just free from the fear of being a burden, but is actually more vibrant, more connected, and more meaningful than ever before. You have the power to move from being a spectator in your own life to being the architect of an incredible future. This journey doesn't happen overnight. You don't build a cathedral in a day. You build it brick by brick, pillar by pillar. Start with one. Pick the one that resonates with you the most right now. Maybe it's joining that walking group. Maybe it's finally organizing your finances. Maybe it's just sitting in silence for 10 minutes a day. Start small. Just start. Because you deserve this. You deserve a life filled with joy, purpose, and unwavering support. You have earned your golden years, and now you have the blueprint to make them truly shine. If this message resonated with you, if you feel that spark of hope and possibility, please do me a huge favor and share this video. Share it with a friend who might be feeling lonely or lost. Share it with a family member. You never know. This could be the blueprint that changes someone's entire life for the better. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. By subscribing, you're joining a community of people who are committed to building strong, vibrant, and meaningful lives in their golden years. We have so much more to share together, and I don't want you to miss a single thing. Finally, I want to hear from you. This is a conversation, not a lecture. So please, scroll down to the comments section and let me know. Which of these 7 pillars do you feel is the strongest in your life right now? And which one are you excited to start building? Your story and your insights are incredibly valuable, and they inspire everyone in this community. Let's support each other on this journey. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Remember, the best is yet to come. Now go build your pillars.